Yo,
Yeah,
welcome to the stream. We back. Told y'all we coming strong with the content. Y'all thought we was lying. Y'all thought we was gonna go on another 2 week hiatus. Look at y'all. Look at y'all. We got y'all.
hey, don't say it. It might be a 2 week hiatus after
I
this.
mean, shoot, I am about to go on a trip, so y'all go not be here for a week. But I'm gonna try and get some shit out this week before I go on that trip and release it. Because guess what? A nigga graduated. Let's fucking go, bro. Big graduation, big shit. We on it. Um, yeah, we just gonna start doing we just gonna start going crazy with the content while I do this job search. And today we gonna come with like a reaction stream. We're gonna react to some content, give our takes, the usual, nothing crazy. Um, got Geo here, so say what's up to the stream. Yo, mic muted. Yo, mic muted, fam. On Discord. Is your headset muted?
I muted that hoe. My
Oh, okay.
bad.
Yeah, I was
I was
just
like, what we
trying.
gonna call our fucking community, bro? Like,
Bro, what should
gotta
we
think of a
call?
good name.
What should we call y'all niggas? Um,
The dude, the goblins.
we could. I mean, it's G and Nev. Like, we already got like the goon and shit kind of going on. Maybe yeah, like some goblins, bro. Y'all, we just some goblins, all right?
What's up, goblins?
All right, so yeah, fuck it.
Ah,
The goblin.
with that.
Fuck it. I'm down to. Let's get
Cave,
started.
famous type shit.
Let's get started with the first video. For the first video, I'm gonna do another Omizi stream, more Omizi reaction. This is gonna be about the Key and Peele situation. Now I heard a little bit. I already seen a video about this,
I want you guys to close your eyes and think about
but Gio still hasn't. He knows what's kind of going on, but doesn't know the context. So like, we'll do a reaction to this, and then we're gonna give our takes about this specific situation. So let me play the video. Yo, you got it?
Yeah, I'm
Oh
seeing
shit!
it.
They just changed my grade for the fucking assignment. Thank God. I was about to say, bro. Grade appeal that, bro. I'm gonna check that after. All right, bet.
some of the duos that made up your childhood. You know, Bert and Ernie, Patrick and SpongeBob, hell, even Ben and Jerry. Right up there with those names is Key and Peele. Key and Peele was one of the greatest shows in the world. Two ultra
Low-key, I think Key and Peele might be the greatest comedy sketch duo of all time. Like,
Yeah.
in terms of skits, I don't know any other duo or even any other group that's really hitting they got this levels. These are legendary skits. Like, their comedy is elite.
successful, ultra funny, and ultra creative black men took on sketch comedy by storm. And then one day it just stopped. From that moment, Jordan Peele shot off into the stars with movies like Get Out and Us, and he is basically dominating the horror genre, seen as one of the best black directors that we have right now. Now, I don't want to underscore what Keegan Michael Key is doing right now. He is successful in his own right, but for whatever reason, they're not together anymore.
See, look, I'm not gonna lie. This shit is like what always confused me about this group or about these two. Is that like once Jordan went and started making movies, it felt like they were like, it seemed like they were friends, but they didn't have any projects working on together. Like it didn't seem like they had a big falling out, but they also weren't working on shit together. And that shit always confused me. So when this shit came out and this shit dropped, I knew for certain that whatever's said in this shit is facts.
Oh, this is a story about open secrets in Hollywood and people who don't warn you about things.
Like I don't even think I got a fact check, bro. Like it just clicks, bro. When it makes sense, it makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
And finding out the hard way.
You see, Keegan Michael Key should have been standing next to Jordan Peele as he was accepting all of these awards. Hell, they should have been collaborating.
Whatever narrative they want to push.
Well, yeah, I agree with that.
But with this
like,
situation,
you're gonna see, bro, that a lot of people have the same accounts of this specific person, and if it's like 10 people saying that this person's the problem, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna side with those 10 people. That person might be the problem.
on future endeavors together. But right now, Jordan is becoming an Oscar-winning filmmaker, and Keegan? Question mark around him. Why aren't we seeing him in the movies? Why do we not see him around his brother as he is growing into his own success and fame? Hell, based off of what Keegan Michael Key told people, why don't they see each other anymore? Now, based off of one comedian's viral story, it seems as though we have insight, and it all links back to that old ball and chain. That's right. Apparently, Keegan Michael Key's wife became the thing that split a rift between the two of these six.
You said what?
Is she doing like an improv?
No. She doesn't have no accolades in improv, sketch comedy, or anything adjacent.
Successful black men. And this is not the only time in which a wife was skewing how a man goes about making his success and being creative and seeking future endeavors in the creative sphere. Sometimes the person closest to you can affect your life. They affect your career, your relationships, and the way that the world explains your wasted potential. It's sad to say that the one that you say I do to will be the one to do you in. If you're new to this and you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. It's gonna go a long, long way for the channel. Become a part of my family and don't hold me back from collaborations in the future. Now, back into the video. Akilah Hughes is her name and comedy is her game. She told the viral Lock and Banana story, which turned out to be the answer to the greatest mystery as to why we don't see Key and Peele going into the future and creating more content with one another. I think that people may be forgetting this was Comedy Central's most successful show since Dave Chappelle. These two black comedians that came up from Mad TV were seen anywhere and everywhere, and they were at the lunch tables, they were at the barbershops, they were in all types of conversations because they were just funny as hell. When the show ended and we saw
it's hard to even tell which is which, bro.
Like, bro, they always say like they always got one skit you haven't seen, which low-key kind of true, because like I feel like I've seen almost all of them, but like every now and then there's a skit that pops up and like I've never seen that skit.
Yeah,
they always got one.
I can keep up with all.
And I've watched
blockbusters like Get Out and Us and Nope. We only saw one of the dynamic duo, and everybody and their mother was Googling
clips for sure
and trying to figure out why and what happened. I've got the answer though. You may not like it.
And so one of those friends said, hey, I've got a great person to give you this opportunity. He is, and I don't think this is too shady, I think it's true, the less successful half
pretty much
of a comedy duo that was prolific in the 2010s. Perhaps, you know, I think their code names could be Lock and Banana.
Now I want to lay down some ground rules. Lock is Keegan Michael Key and Banana is Jordan Peele. There, it's out there. She uses code names because I'm pretty sure she might find herself in some legal situations, but trust me, this woman has a very solid background. She's a writer and a comedian who was around Comedy Central and MTV during the time. She's familiar with both of them, have worked with both of them extensively, and she is giving her firsthand accounts as to why they broke up and where everything went wrong. Now, according to Akilah, she was developing a comedy show, and Locke, Keegan Michael Key, was supposed to be a part of the pilot. And even greater than that, he was supposed to be something and a name that opened doors for her to have this be flooded out into the masses and, you know, have her show have an opportunity to see daylight.
Locke is gonna use his name to carry you to the forefront of pop culture. And so we came up with a pitch.
It's important to know this because what she's saying is that if Locke in this situation is supposed to be the door opener, then the person closest to him was the one that actually closed said door. This, my friend, is where we find out who basically destroyed our comedy duo for the next couple of years. The duo that was supposed to make a bunch of movies, the duo that was supposed to...
Is this like the modern day version of like the Beatles breaking up? Like the comedy sketch version of the Beatles breaking up?
I don't say it's that big, but like, imagine like, it's like Stephen Curry, like Steph Clay, like Stephen Clay getting traded.
That shit's crazy. That shit would be devastating.
Or like LeBron and D Wade separated.
Oh, that shit would be devastating.
Like,
I would say like the Beatles break up because they broke up because of like John Lennon's girl, Yoko Ono. Like the same, the same kind of context happening here.
Entertain us for years to come. This is where we find out that the person who was stopping all of these new endeavors between Locke and Banana was Locke's wife.
And so my agent at the time calls me.
I genuinely
and she
hope
goes,
that
how
doesn't
is
happen to
pitching
me, bro.
going? How do people feel about Locke?
Bro.
And I'm like,
That's
oh
crazy.
my God, they love him. Everybody loves Locke. And she's like, that's great, that's great. How do they feel about his wife, who is now somehow the executive producer on my show? And I'm like, you know, I hadn't really thought about it. I don't think people like her very much. And she's like, yeah, that's what I'm hearing. And I'm like, okay, so like, are you saying like we're not gonna be able to sell this? Or she's like, people like you and they like Locke. It'll come together. And so I forgive this sort of moment. You know, that should have been the red flag. I was like, no, because it's more important to have a celebrity attached.
Now, I'm gonna give people a warning here. If somebody is eager to attach their name to a project that they have no real involvement in, and I think that that's where you should put a pause and where you should stop. And even if that doesn't make you stop, then people calling you and asking you, well, how do others feel about so-and-so being involved in whatever project you have going on? Or how do people feel about so-and-so just in general? Somebody that doesn't have any involvement.
That really is a red flag. If they call you and ask how people feel about his wife, that shit is a red flag. Like, she really got to be doing some crazy stuff behind the scenes to get this kind of reputation. She's not even like a forefront. She's the wife. So like, she really should be in the background. You really shouldn't even be noticing her. But you do.
Mm-hmm.
Also, she got an executive producer, even though she's not even a writer. That's crazy.
Explicitly, that should also be a very big flag for you. But I know that Akilah is riding high on this thing. She has somebody who is famous tied to her project. But as she walked around with these rose-tinted glasses about this situation, she didn't realize the power and influence that a wife can have on a situation. And she also didn't recognize how bad of a name this person already had. It got to the point where Banana Peel, in this situation's wife, called her, warning her about Locke's wife.
So I answer the call, and it is from Banana's wife. And Banana's wife says, hey, I just had dinner with Locke and his wife. They say they're doing a show with you. And I said, yeah. And I, again, don't know how she got my phone number. So this seems urgent. And she says something that like chills go down my back. She says, I'm just calling you because I wish someone would have warned me.
This now has escalated from workplace tension to something much, much deeper and much, much darker. Now, again, these are all allegations, so please, Locke, you and your wife do not come after me for any of this. But what Akilah is basically saying that she is the last one to the party. You know, the party where everybody knows the end result. They've already seen the cake. They've already seen the gifts. Last one to the movie. They've already seen the conclusion, and you are just now getting there. She's saying that people know how impactful and effective that Locke's wife can be, and you need to run ASAP.
She does about an hour of a monologue at me about how, you know, she thinks that his wife is like Phil Hartman's wife, that she wouldn't trust her to hold a baby, that she once poured alcohol on her birthday cake, and this person is sober. And she says there's no accounting for how much money she's cost that black man.
The point isn't that just Banana's wife doesn't like Locke's wife.
Pause on that. What would you do if somebody told you that's how your girl was?
Oh. If it's like, I'm gonna take my girl's word, but if I see it, it's like, I mean, how could I deny it? Like, it's there, it's open. Like, she's cost me money like multiple times.
But a lot. It's kind of a tough position to be in as a dude, bro, especially if you like.
It really is,
really
bro.
like that.
That's whether you gotta get a partner that your friends and family like actually like. Because when they hate them, that shit is the worst position you can possibly be in.
I won't get a. Like, I don't know, if my friends and family don't like that person, probably, and they can't seem to work it out, then yeah, that's a red flag. But like, you feel me? Like, I'm not looking for somebody that my friends are gonna like. I'm looking for somebody that like.
It's hard. It's a hard position to be put in, bro. Because you obviously you like your girl, so it's like, hey, you're gonna want to take her side. But if your friends and family don't like her, it's like, damn. You're put in a fucking tough spot. Like,
that shit is gonna be tough, bro.
It's just better to kind of just find someone better. Like, that's really all you can do. Or like, because you either gotta cut your family friends off, or just like, cut her off.
If you're not serious with somebody, bro, at least try to work out with their family.
Yeah.
And if their family's just like bad people, then yeah. But if not, and you're just being like reluctant to having relations with them, then yeah, that's
Yeah,
a red flag.
facts.
The point is that she
Should be
is
able to
dangerous.
at
She's
least put up with them, you
unstable.
feel
She's
me?
unpredictable, and she can cost a lot of dollars and cents. We don't know how much money that woman has cost that black man. That's a crazy statement. And especially if I was going into some sort of business relationship when it comes to dealing with the most famous comedic duo in the world, or at least half of them, I would be very, very
wanna
weary
say
about
something.
having that person
Yeah.
I wanted to say something, but I'm not gonna.
that is
Oh, Lord.
described
Did you see
as
that
Phil
picture, bro?
Hartman and
I did see that
unstable
photo,
and all these
bro.
other
I
things like that.
I
Go
just
back.
like,
That shit was quick as hell. Hold up. Yeah, she looks.
she looks.
I believe it now, twin. I believe it.
This is Get Out, bro. Get Out. Get Out.
black man. That's a crazy statement. And especially if I was going
That's
into some sort
crazy.
of business relationship when it comes to dealing with the most famous comedic duo in the world, or at least half of them, I would be very, very weary about having that person that is described as Phil Hartman and unstable and all these other things like that. I would want to stay away from them as much as possible. Now, earlier in the video, I mentioned how somebody so close to you can do so much harm, even if they're not involved in the project. Well, in this situation, Locke's wife actually gets involved in said project and starts to muck it up and starts to disturb everything.
She first of all, she comes on and then yells at everybody because she said she got the wrong Zoom, but everybody else was on the Zoom. She's here to offer notes. Yeah, she has no credits without this man. Her notes are comedy happens in threes. The letter K is funny. And finally, give the audience some candy.
It's not that she just had creative opinions on a project. I think anybody has the right to do so. Hell, if y'all tell me in the comment section what to do in my next video, I may or may not do it. I may change shirts, I may change lightings. That's all fun and games. It's the fact that she has this power over Locke in this situation. She's somebody who can and will make life a living nightmare if her orders, her thoughts, her opinions aren't brought to the forefront. And that's exactly what she does when people
This
don't
is like
take
the
her
worst
seriously.
type of person to be with, bro. Like someone like this, kind of controlling.
Cause like it's hard for you to even notice, cause like they're like manipulating you.
This is like the
From the looks
worst, because it's like she's literally like this is not even her career. She's not a screenwriter. She's not a comedy sketch person. She's not been in essence. She has no accolades in this field. Yet she feels confident enough to like literally give advice to other people who have literally worked in this field longer than her, have way better resumes than her. She feels confident giving them advice. Like, who are you feeling like, bro? Like, who are you? Who are you?
I could say like me being devil advocate here. I could be like maybe she's been around. What's his name? Peel, right?
Key?
That's Peel, right?
No, her
That's
husband's
Key?
Key. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe she's been around Key so long that she's able to see what he did to get to the point that he is, and could offer like some like good advice. But from the looks of it and the advice that she gave the girl, like it doesn't seem like that way. So
That was not good advice
that's
at all.
I
Yeah.
can say that. I can even say that. So
Like, yeah, it's
it
just.
makes it kind of
I do appreciate playing
disturbing
devil's
that she-
advocate though, but like, yeah, that shit's that. Not even you can save her from this shit, bro. You can get the best
I
lawyer
can't
you could
save her.
possibly get,
I
bro,
always try to.
and you can't save.
I always try to look for the positive outcome between situations, bro. And you see my buddy over here, Final, he just says that shit how it is. But me, bro, I be looking for the positive shit. But I can't even find nothing to save this girl, bro. She's just fucking. Good
There's
Lord.
no saving her, bro.
Fucking.
The's no saving her, bro.
Bro's getting.
Obviously.
Well,
getting
she
hit
didn't
down by a
like
10
that
inch
nobody
dildo.
laughed or thought her
Fuck that.
ideas were good, so she threatens
Like,
to
he-
sue
good
the
Lord.
network.
You see, now we've
Walk
shifted
away from
into an
millions,
entire different
Man.
direction. Your partner is no longer somebody to bounce
And you know what's
ideas
funny too?
off
The
of.
same
Your
thing
partner
happened to
believes.
Akash.
That's what I was about to say, bro. We're gonna get into that later, but like, low key, these two videos are telling us something special, bro. Pick your partner wisely, bro. Pick them wisely, bro. Like, I know people kind of don't want to be alone, so they just settle with what they can get, but like, you're gonna see why that's sometimes a bad decision.
believes that she is one of the heads of the project. Hell, and one of the only voices that should even matter. And it's not that she even gets a little bit upset that maybe nobody's listening to her idea. It's the fact that she's willing to even tank said project by bringing up front a lawsuit in order to get her way. This is exactly why we haven't seen Locke and Banana, Key and Peele do any sorts of future endeavors. If your wife can turn some sort of disagreement that we have creatively into something that is totally like unnecessary, like a lawsuit, why would I want to work with you? You might be the best person in the world. You might be my creative soulmate. But if you are tethered to a headache, then I think that I wouldn't want to deal with you. But you're probably asking, okay, Omar, it can't be that serious. You know, maybe if they decide to figure things out, or, you know, maybe if they come to some sort of agreement, then hey, they can move forward with this. But it doesn't just work like that. Apparently things got so bad with the company and Locke and his wife that the company decided they were just gonna pay them outright to no longer be a part of the project. They didn't want to deal with the headache anymore. They cut the losses. But the problem with that is that when they severed ties with Locke and his wife, they retained Akila's IP.
We're no longer in pre-production. We're waiting around. The thing I quit my dream job for is on hold. And they get back to us after a month and they say, hey, we paid them off the project, but you have to write a whole new pilot. And I'm like, at this point, well, fuck. Like, these are all our best ideas. And also, like, they're like, one day you can perform that. We own the TV rights to that.
The reason why this is such a big blow is because if anybody's ever kept up with media or entertainment or hell have worked on a project, getting close to that deadline is extremely hard. Hell, even getting people to listen to you have an idea or an inkling of one is extremely hard in Hollywood. Akila was almost at the finish line and it got yanked from underneath her. We're talking about time, effort, money, energy, creativity, all these things no longer remain on her side. This is where the bigger question gets involved. It's no longer why did Key not want to work with Jordan, but it's more so did people comedy comes in threes, because we got to give the words on the matter went viral.
What can be said? Locke, he's still playing, you know, I don't know, a frog in a movie. He never gets to be himself in public, and his partner has won Oscars. And everyone knows that his wife has ruined his career. It is diminishing returns. He's doing insurance commercials where there are other celebrities in it who are playing themselves, and he is playing a guy with a guitar.
Akila claims that Locke's partner has won Oscars, that Locke never gets to be himself in public, and everybody, and I do mean everybody, knows this is why his career is dead. This is the story that the internet ran with. Now, according to TMZ and Keegan-Michael Key's team and his wife, his team being his wife, they vehemently deny the story. They say that it's outlandish, they say that it's fabricated, that none of it is true. But I'm gonna call cap. That one sentence that Akila said gave a simple answer to a complex mystery. Maybe you just had to be there, but before the story, Key's career looked mad confusing. I'm telling you, these people were at the top of their game, the height of their heights, and were only projected to go upward. Hell, Key and Peele's show from Comedy Central still pulls millions of views to this day on TikTok, just rehashing clips and rehashing clips. And Jordan Peele has made himself into a household name and now has the ability to attach his name to big name projects, which only few directors can do, and have them be the lead, even greater than actors that are a part of the project. And so after the story, the internet gets their explanation. Maybe the relationship around him made the collaboration harder than it needed to be. It's not proven by any means, but once the internet runs with the narrative, it becomes completely believable. Every missed Peele movie becomes evidence. Every questionable or failed project becomes a clue. And it's not like we haven't seen this before. Every wife narrative or every partner narrative around a person's career, when they start to go down this questionable twist and turn, is a tale as old as time. You see, because once your partner starts to become the explanation for all these things.
He's basically saying that once this kind of story came out, TMZ and Keegan and his wife basically said it was fabricated and it was a lie. And he's basically saying that, like, well, it's starting to look really confusing because when you look at his career, Keegan was like projected to be like at Jordan's level, but his career didn't go that way, which doesn't make any sense until you realize, or until you put this whole situation into factor that his wife messed up his career. Now a lot of pieces are starting to fall in place.
Your career is no longer judged on your work alone. Recently, Akash Singh from the Flagrant podcast,
why would you do that?
We know from various videos that have been done on this platform.
As somebody's partner like that, like, why would you do that? Like, just to, like, you're sabotaging both yourself. Like, it's like, if he misses out on that million, you also misses out on that million too. Like, what do you gain from that?
Yeah. We can do a.
It's like a truly hate, bro, and you're just there just to just fuck him over. Like, what? Why? Why would you do that? It's gonna put both of y'all in a bad situation.
Basically, there's some more context in the other video ad that like she low-key kind of made, like isolated him from his friends, like quoting that like they're using him for his fame or money or whatever. So like,
oh man,
she's kind of
I don't
controlling.
even want that.
But like, from that video, what are your thoughts on the situation?
Man, damn, like, bro, like, damn, bro, like, fuck. I don't know what to say. It's just like, I don't wish that on my worst enemy, bro. Like, that's bad.
Yeah.
That's bad.
I'll say that like low key, even though there's nothing that's confirmed, it could be all alleged. Not gonna lie, I believe that shit. I believed every word she said on that shit, bro. Like, you're telling me she got a phone call from Jordan Peele's wife, and she said she doesn't know how much money that white woman has cost that black man. That don't sound made up, bro. That sound like a legitimate phone call. Like, who making that shit up, bro? Who's making that shit up, bro? No cap. I like Omizi said in the video, I always thought it was strange. Like, I never looked into it or never like did research about it, but I always thought it was strange how like Jordan Peele like became this like director, big booming director, and then Keegan just like his career just kind of went nowhere. And I was like, but those two are like undefeated in the comedy. Like, it's not like they're nobodies. This is Keegan and Peele. Like, you see them, you immediately recognize their face, bro. Like, you know who they are. So like,
bro, it was Ruski and somebody else, bro, who had the stage in like their time, bro.
Yeah.
If I remember. I got this other video I'm finna link to you. It says Megan gets her revenge on Clay. I don't know if you want to see that.
We might have to save that one. Wait, go ahead and drop that in the Discord, and we can like low-key do that.
Already did.
Okay, bet. We low-key
Already did.
that shit next time. But yeah. That shit is a prime example. We're gonna get to another video. I think we're gonna get to the. Let me see what other video I have. We can get to the costing one because that one's relatively short, and it's gonna segue into like choose your partner wisely, bro. Like, don't just be picking any girl off the street, bro. Like,
oh man, oh Lord,
you need to make sure you got a good partner, bro.
Oh God.
Another one, bro.
So the hottest story at the end of 2025 was a comedian named
this dude, bro. Fuck. Well,
So
whatever, bro. Nah. It's that one dude that we watched before. I mean, he's gonna explain it well, but I really don't like his
getting humiliated by his wife.
I saw her from the back, you know what I mean? I saw her from the back first.
For years, Akash spoke about this woman like she was an angel sent down from heaven to be with him, ridiculing many celebrity relationships throughout the years on his podcast, with the most infamous one being Will Smith with the whole Chris Rock slapping saga.
Oh, I didn't know that was Jade. I thought that was Megamind from the Disney cartoon. I did not know.
Yes. Will said that about your girl.
Again, also different.
You're not hitting them?
Also different because our wives aren't celebrities. They don't put themselves out there.
Oh,
you
man.
put themselves out there, I swear I would look at you and be like, yo, and it would be a fight. And I'm not great at fighting with my wife, but it would be a fight where it's like, hey, you also got to understand that comes with this life.
I'm in defense.
Damn, I didn't know he said all that. I didn't know he said all of that. Oh, it's not looking good, bro. It's not. Damn. That's crazy.
Exactly what he's.
Yo, stand up for your wife, bro.
In private.
In fact, many of the quotes from this specific podcast have now aged horrifically for Akash in the modern day.
Oh, wait,
We're supposed to keep this on the low.
Dude.
You couldn't control keeping on.
With another YouTuber. No, I fuck with this dude, actually. I know him.
Low, and I
I'm the
look
one
stupid, and you angry at me?
I'm the one getting
he's
embarrassed,
chill.
and then I call you out on wording, and you get, yeah, that's what I said.
Nah.
No, it's not what you said.
I agree with you guys.
She
100%.
could be a witch.
And we all know after a long, explosive feud with the Red Pill community, and specifically Fresh and Fit,
The way I look at it is, you watch them you see them evolutionary charts from Neanderthal to Homo sapien.
Yeah.
Y'all are the first motherfucker out of Neanderthal.
A light was shined on various TikToks and podcasts that his wife made that made her look shallow, materialistic, and really just like an egomaniac.
That is actually my number one. They must be generous with their finances from day one.
And as time went on, the clips just kept coming, new things were surfacing, and it only got more and more embarrassing for our Indian friend. Now after that entire thing went down last year, the pair have actually both doubled down against their detractors, as Jasleen constantly posts about the hate she receives, which she blames on bots.
I don't know what the controversy was. A lot of red pill and misogynistic men tried to cancel me because I said I popped my pussy.
Yo, it's a crazy sentence.
Big fucking deal. Like, get the fuck over it.
Twin.
And she also went to get glazed to no
Just
end
go ahead
by
and
this
leave that
clown
one,
on
bro.
his
Leave
podcast.
that one alone.
Akash and Justine are gonna profit
Yeah.
from this, by the way.
You don't
Like y'all
pick
think that,
those up,
like Akash really
don't
mad,
pick
right?
those
Like
up at
that
all.
don't change y'all life. Y'all still living in your mom's bedroom, talking about his life over. Meanwhile, him and Justine sitting around, grabbing a check, opening up her like 5th Birkin.
This all while Akash, on the other hand, had to admit that the hate affected him
That was crazy dick ride. That again was dick riding, right? Crazy dick ride.
deeply.
I don't know. I don't feel like things really phase you like that. So I couldn't gauge
I was
if
phased.
it really hurt.
I was deeply phased.
But what
Here he would also throw out some threats.
is it on site or are you evolved at this point?
If we want beef, I'll destroy everything. I'll burn everything down. Where you came at my wife, let's just burn it all down.
So it was clear that the endless abyss of comments and commentary really did a number on our guy.
I mean, to be fair, bro, of course it was. Like, this nigga was getting torched on the internet, bro. And imagine you waking up and seeing your wife talking about how she wants to go back to her college days and pop that pussy for white boys, white frat boys. Or imagine you on a fucking podcast and your wife talking about how much she want to fuck the coworker that's literally sitting next to you, bro. Like, she's talking about how much, or she's literally dreaming about how big his dick is right next to you. Like, that shit.
And that's, I can't imagine that.
Like, that shit would fuck your
It's not
mental.
happening.
Like, of course that nigga pissed. I don't know how he's still with her, bro, to be honest.
I couldn't imagine it. This would happen. And if it did happen,
burn it all down.
So it was clear that the endless abyss of comments and commentary really did a number on our guy.
that couldn't be me, bro.
Am I tripping, or is there security guards like 4 foot?
Nah, it's not even. It's a statue. It's not even like.
No, that's
It's
a
like a
real
mannequin.
That's a real dude right there with the dreads. That's a real person.
Wait, hold up. That's a real dude.
Those are both real people. Those are like, that's their security.
Are they?
Why is there
Are they
security?
sitting down?
Look, he's moving.
Is he sitting down?
No,
might
they're,
be sitting down.
standing. They're both standing up, bro. They're both standing up.
Bro got minions as security.
What's going on? Why? All right, bro.
Would you like Punjabi ground meat?
And even till this day, Akash is still posting very passive-aggressive things. Like when he sold out the Radio City Music Hall just last month, he captioned the post sarcastically saying she ruined his career. Which was obviously a nod at the people talking about the Jasleen files. You know, at the end of the day, I don't think that anyone felt like he would just, like, die from a career standpoint. But the entire
bro, why does
situation
he
just
have
made
to-
him kind of the joke of the month on the internet. Either way, after the show at the Radio City Music Hall, people noticed that none of the guys from the Flagrant podcast appeared to be in attendance.
GG.
And even if they were, apparently Akash did not give them the time of day. Not only that, but Akash would silently remove the show from his social media pages, and he stopped appearing on the podcast altogether for the last couple of months. And when he spoke in this interview how he was sick of fake friends who talk shit behind his back during this entire nightmare, many people inferred that he was talking about Andrew and his crew.
Who made that cover?
We're supposed
bro?
to be really good friends and you're saying stuff or letting stuff slide. And I'm like, you're not a bad person. You just really want the fame. And you might be kind of broken if you've seen the other side of fame and you've experienced it and you still want it. There's probably something wrong with you.
And now we do finally have confirmation that Akash has officially left the Flagrant podcast.
Okay.
Alright guys, here we are on the official announcement that Akash will no longer be on the Flagrant podcast. It actually is quite ironic that this thumbnail was sitting right here, because that expression, you know, that still shot, is essentially the only reaction we're going to be getting from Akash at this point. You know, other than passive-aggressive Instagram post about she ruined his career, saying I sold X amount of tickets, we're going to be just fine. You know, we're not going to get the final radio dispatch call saying, yo, this is Akash saying
really
number
shouldn't be.
2225, signing off the Flagrant podcast. We're not going to get anything.
If you're ever in deep shit, literally just ignore it. Just ignore it. Like, I'm gonna be honest. Like, no matter how deep the shit is, some shit's gonna happen the next week and niggas are dead gonna forget about it. There might be one dude who remembers and keeps bringing it up every now and then, but people literally just forget over time. So, like, just wait it out. Put a post out, like, a month or two after, and then just fucking wait it out again. And niggas
like that, and to me, I think it's because Akash either does not fuck with Andrew anymore, or he just really does not like the Flagrant audience who has really been tormenting him for the last couple of months. Because despite not appearing on the show for this entire year, the comment section on literally every episode has been flooded with remarks about Akash.
We got to address the elephant in the room, no pun intended, okay? As I'm sure you guys are aware, our boy Akash, he really went through it earlier this year, showed amazing resilience and, you know, selling out Radio City recently, setting records in Toronto, just crushing stand-up around the globe, and literally just like living the dreams that he would tell me about at 2 a.m. when we're eating fucking egg sandwiches at Veselka.
I mean, you do have to remember that Akash and Andrew really like rose to prominence together in a lot of ways. Like, they have made millions of dollars between themselves. And while he will reminisce here about the good times, to me I think that Andrew did not have Akash's best interest throughout this entire nightmare. I really do think it was his idea to have Jasleen on the podcast, which was like pouring gasoline on a already...
His mans, bro. Yeah, bro, his mans, bro, whoever that dude is, bro, is low-key a snake.
Andrew Schultz?
Yeah, bro, like, I don't know who that...
We've been on, bro. He was like a...
Bro, he's just like...
He's a Trump supporter, but once, like, the shit kind of hit the fan after, he tried to, like... Try to back out. Like, all these comedy... I'll be honest, all these comedy podcasts, even, like, the Bad Friends podcast with Bobby Lee and that one white dude, I feel like that white dude on that podcast is a huge-ass snake, bro. Like, I feel like that nigga's snaky as hell. I would not trust none of these niggas. They'd be really about that, like, attention.
The out-of-control fire.
I would watch the videos and I would die laughing. As a friend who loves him, I would die laughing.
And then obviously on his other podcast, Brilliant Idiots, he was really talking shit behind Akash's back.
Keep your wife off the motherfucking internet!
And I get, guys, that it's a comedy podcast and it's like, yo, everyone can get these jokes. But I could also see how that could rub someone the wrong way or really pour salt on a wound when pretty much everyone is roasting you.
But the experience has put things in perspective for him. And he has made the decision to focus all of his energy on stand-up. He is going to be stepping away from the pod. It is bittersweet. You know, we wish that he did not want to do that. But at the same time, you know, it's very hard not to root for your friend, you know, literally living his dreams. And if he feels he's got to give everything to that, then that's exactly what he's got to do. And we're going to rock with him. We hope you guys continue to rock with him. Go check out the show. We saw the show Radio City. It's phenomenal. You guys should absolutely go check it out. AkashSingh.com for tickets. So we just wanted to, you know, clear the air. Akash hasn't been on the pod for a while. We thought it was time that we, you know, talk to you guys about it.
And I do think that for the Flagrant audience, it's almost like their parents sitting them down and finally telling them, like, yes, we are getting a divorce. You know, I know you can tell that things have been fucked up for a while, little Timmy. Daddy's got a mistress over here, and let me just tell you, it's over. I mean, even just thinking about Akash's viewpoints, I could see how being in the podcast and the political sphere can get a little bit toxic for your mental health. And if really he just feels like a comedian at heart and that's what he wants to pursue fully, and he feels like he can still bring a lot of money in because obviously he's walking away from a fat bag here, you know, I could see the allure to just being done with this shit, but obviously he's given away like a massive platform.
It's bittersweet because this is my brother. I love him. I was here day one of this podcast, and it's like, all right, we started together, end together. Bad boys for life.
Yeah.
Some gay shit.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know. Something about him not being there just feels really weird to me. Like, this almost feels like a eulogy.
I'm just so fucking proud, like, being at Radio City and just seeing, like, just everybody was animated, like, they loved it. Like, I'm just proud of him.
And so, yeah, it is clear by their comments there that they were actually at the Radio City Music Hall show. And I'm guessing that maybe Akash more or less just snubbed them. Because none of these guys posted pictures with him. In all of the various content that Akash posted around that night, there was not one picture, not one video, not one glimpse of the flagrant guys. I mean, truly, maybe Akash expected them to stand 10 toes down with him, and when he felt like they didn't, he's like, you know what, fuck you.
I came home from Sweden.
Oh, yeah, his reaction was incredible.
His reaction, like, he didn't even care the cameras were there, jumped up, gave me the biggest fucking bear hug. I didn't know he was that strong.
And you know, obviously everyone has gotten their jokes off at Akash's expense at this point. But between everyone in this room, I do feel like he's probably the most genuine person. Like, I don't think that he's the type to go around backstabbing people.
I love you, brother, but, you know, we'll see each other, so it's all good.
Yeah,
man. Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's cool to see all the venues he's selling out and everything that he's doing. I remember even like when I very first came to New York, riding in an Uber with him, and he was talking about this exact thing. You know, he's like, yeah, man, like the pod's cooking, but like I want to be that guy. And then now he's doing all the stuff that he said.
Yeah, I mean, something about this just feels so incredibly awkward. It feels almost wrong. I mean, I'm not denying it, guys. If the clips of the wife did not come out, like if she never tried to have this social media presence, which obviously is like quite ironic considering the things that he said about, oh, our wives are not celebrities, they don't have a platform, he would still be cooking on the Flagrant podcast. So in many ways, she did end this phase of his career. And let's just sift through some of the audience feedback. This guy says, poor Akash, his lady sunk his battleship. Jasleen, you watching, you did this. Damn, she really messed up his life.
So this, like, the craziest part is she really did not care, like, about any of that. Like, she really didn't care about the stuff.
Yeah, I feel like she did a lot. She puts him down a lot, so, like, it's nothing new on the internet.
Like, she just kind of put, like, oh, well, like, I'm not listening to the haters. She really kind of has nothing to, like, her instance. She really is, like, there's no downside to, like, what happened between them. For her perspective. From his perspective, like, he's just taken. Like, his reputation has just dropped. He's become, like, a laughing stock. He's basically become, like, a cuck, essentially. Like, that's basically what he's being treated as. And he's become, like, the laughing stock on the internet. She just doesn't give a fuck, like, at all. Doesn't care. She's not even talking about stopping it or like trying to like apologize. She's just like, fuck it. He's gonna stay with me.
I guess that's the type of relationship he developed, bro. So like, at the end of the day, like this is what he came in being a sim, so she's still treating this nigga like a sim.
Yeah, true. What do you think about his move about leaving the podcast? You think it was a good move? Bad move?
Hell yeah. Everybody on that Flagrant podcast or whatever it's called, bro, they all some snakes, bro. They got ulterior motive and all kinds of shit, bro. Trying to pull bro down and all that. Laughing at him, talking behind his back. Like, we know this, bro.
I think I agree. I think it was a good move. Like, I think him being on that podcast, because really that podcast is kind of what started this whole thing. Him talking on that podcast about relationships, and then his girl getting a podcast and then talking about her relationships. He just needs to stay the fuck away from podcasts. All right? Just get your girl off the pod. You get off the pod.
Bro, if that was me to him, I'd probably never hop on a podcast ever, bro. And if we're gonna work with whatever her name is, bro, yeah, I'm putting her in the contract. You can't use a podcast mic.
Man.
The moment I see you with a podcast mic, that's it. It's up.
That's it, bro. We're done. Like, let me revoke everything I've said on this podcast just in case in the future some shit happens and then they come back and clip what I said and like, nah, nigga, we got you. 4K. I'm sorry. I apologize. All right, but I'm not letting my girl on the pod. Especially you talk about. I hate that talking about relationships, not ours.
No,
bro.
no, no. I'm gonna say this. She can have a podcast. I don't have no problem with that. Don't talk about a relationship on the podcast.
At all.
That's,
I feel like
I feel like two can play that. You feel me? Because once you get to talking about the bad shit about our relationship, I can do the same too.
and now
Because
other
that's
people
what it's
can
gonna
do
be.
it. Once you talk about your relationship, now other people not even involved can start talking about your relationship because it's out there now. That
You feel me?
information's out there, so once it's out there, you can't stop them from talking about it. So I think him getting off the pod was a good move.
I kind of did like a bitch move, bro. If I was a Kasha, I'd start talking about some bad shit she be doing in relationship. Like, you feel me? Like, that's the only way to get back. You feel me? Like, you can't just sit back and just take
But
it,
like
bro.
he can't though, because no matter what he talks about, it's only gonna make him look bad. Because he's the simp in the relationship. Like the worst he could do is say how bad of a partner she is, but it's only just gonna make him look bad for putting up with it. So like he's done that in the pod before. He talked about how like terrible she is as a partner. It only just makes him look bad because like, oh, if she's that bad, then like, why are you putting up with it? Like,
they ain't no saving that.
I'm saying like, because she's not even talking bad about him. In fact, she's literally like hyping him up, but it just makes him look like a fucking cuck. Like that's all it does. Oh my god, he's such a good boyfriend. Like he has no problems with me talking about how much I want to take other people's date. He's the best boyfriend ever. That's not a fucking compliment. That's not no fucking compliment, bitch.
What type of backhand shit is that?
Like, no, fuck that. Choose your girl wisely. Alright.
Bro, what?
We got one more video to react to. I think this is about the Bruce and your rage drama. Now we already did a reaction to this stream and gave our points on it, like our last stream. I don't know what this video is following up on, because I haven't heard anything about it since. I don't think any more recent information came
I'm not
out.
talking about it again, bro. I already give my take. But
I
yeah,
don't-
shit.
Well, we can react to the video and just like.
Is it an update?
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
Half of Bruce is
Because the last video we were like, this is from Omizi, and we already seen the last video he made about it. So we can react to it. I think where's the.
I'm disappointed in Bruce.
Man.
Coolest.
Very starring drama again.
He's better than this, though.
He is better than this. There's no reason to do this. All right, let's see what this is about.
Half of Bruce is like the coolest, most real. I just want to be around that.
Yo, YRG. And there's another half that's just negative. But I always knew that, and like I accepted that.
Yo, B5, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Don't ever talk about my community like that again.
YRG.
One does not represent my community.
All y'all can eat a dick. DEO, man. SLG, YRG, DDG squad for life. We come together. Fuck Bruce. Fuck y'all. Y'all niggas parasocial losers. On God, eat a dick and stop begging that to do streams with me. He don't want to do streams with me.
I can already tell how this comment section is gonna go, and boy, I am not looking forward to it. When I was doing that last video about Yana, Rage, Bruce, Valkyrie, and that whole situation, I saw DEO come at me and say, hey, Omizi, you should have came to Bruce's defense. You should have came a little bit harder and pointed out the flaws in your Rage and his relationship with Yana, etc., etc. But to be quite honest with you, this past week has shown that it's becoming increasingly harder to actually defend Bruce. The same energy that raw, unfiltered, and funny energy that got him famous is the same energy that is ultimately leading to a demise from Bruce dropping him off. I think it's fair to say that he was already alienated from a large portion of the streaming community, and he is looking to burn whatever bridge that still exists with this wild ass theory. But now we're dragging in different creators, now we're dragging in different communities, and open an era in which you could say just about anything and everything. What audiences and other creators are going to ask, do I have to associate with him? Do I have to be around him? They're going to stop asking, hey, is this entertaining? And they're going to start asking, do I have to deal with this mess?
Like he said, I have no content. Out of content, I am the content. All the muscles and you want to look like me.
That clip right there really puts it into perspective. This isn't Bruce reacting to some sort of streamer drama. He is the streamer drama.
He is the streamer drama.
Bruce doesn't see himself as the one starting the problems. He sees it as everyone needing him for the content that he's making. And this is where the issue starts, because every single argument or every single...
Hold on. Your rage.
He's like 28.
Drama, every single friendship, every single accusation is just something that you can stream and make content of, and not consider other people's feelings, emotions, and the relationships that you've built prior to getting into these things. See, this is where the Your Rage and Iana situation is bigger than just Bruce talking recklessly about them. You see, Rage was already dealing with the backlash of hanging out with Yana, people calling it weird, people shipping them. Valkyrie had already spoken about how this type of, he said, hey, if you don't want to collab, he goes at both Rage and Ben Dadon, saying that 30-year-olds and 19-year-olds shouldn't have any sorts of relationships together. Not just romantic, but extending to the platonic variety. And I think in a vacuum, if you were to have that conversation, I guess it would be okay. There might be some nuance that could be introduced, and it could be fruitful. But the problem is that these aren't just harmless conversations that exist in a vacuum. This conversation was used to paint a harmful narrative about the relationship that Ben Dadon, Your Rage, and Yana have together. Bruce wasn't just having that conversation for his community to explore if there was anything right or wrong about it. He was taking somebody else's situation, and ultimately they're gonna get caught in the crossfire. They're gonna be collateral damage in all of this. And does Bruce give a damn? Absolutely not. Now, Yana obviously takes to the internet and defends her own name in a situation in which I don't think she had to be honest.
This is my problem with Bruce, is like, he just be snaking. Like, he really don't got no, like, friends. Like, close friends he'll like stick up for. He really just sees it as himself, and just like, if you in the crossfire, you're just gonna get hit, no matter if you friend, foe, whatever. Like, that discussion you brought up, there could be some validity to it, but they use that discussion as a way to like paint a narrative on Your Rage, especially when there's like no concrete evidence. It's just like allegations at that point. There's no reason to do that. Like, there's really no reason to be doing all that. Like, that's just, it's unnecessary. Like, the conversation can be had, but like, pushing that narrative is not the way to go about it.
Honest with you, but maybe I'm naive. She says, I'm simply having fun collabing and making new friends. Please don't be weird. Respectfully, you can't pick and choose which collabs are weird. I keep my content cool and positive and pure to welcome everyone. Please stop having dirty minds. If I ever feel uncomfortable with a collab, I would make it known. I love all my streamer friends, and please don't make things weird when nothing is going on. Love you guys. See you later. This is the problem with all of this discourse. Yana is claiming that the internet is now making a bunch of weird narratives and weird storylines about her and her streamer friends, most notably Your Rage and Ben Dadon. He hasn't caught as many strays in this conversation. It's been mostly Your Rage, but Your Rage and Ben Dadon. And so while Bruce thinks that he is calling someone out, ultimately it seems as though this is a false narrative. We can't just continuously think that, hey, something is going on even though both parties are refuting them. There's not really been any other evidence. I saw Young Don's video earlier today, and he went through a couple of different interactions that Yana and Rage had, and they were all platonic, to be quite honest with you.
Bye, bro. Bye. Look at them heavy ass smacks on the back. Those are the kind of smacks you do to send a message. This is platonic, right?
This should be my gift.
Okay, put it in front, bro.
I want this. I want that. Can you give me this? Big bro. Big bro.
That seems like a typical big brother, big little sister dynamic to me. You know what I'm saying? There's just literally nothing here. Their entire
Let's not say that now. All right, let's not just that. Like, I'll let it slide. You know what? I'll give the benefit of the doubt, just because, I'm still like, I don't know how I'll be acting at 28. Maybe I might be acting like that at 28. So I'm not gonna say nothing yet. I feel like even as a grown adult, you can still have childish tendencies. I'm just saying though, I would not feel comfortable role playing like that with a 19-year-old.
dynamic is very friendly. So for Bruce to make this accusation on your rage, it is literally just hating.
And so now Bruce is positioning himself to be one of those stream clip pages. Hell, I would even probably argue that he's positioning himself to be worse than any of those pages because of the level of influence and the real life perspective that he has. People trust his word way more because they believe that he has some sort of connection to these streamers. But this content is harmful, it's damaging, and it's hurting any possible collaborations. Because Bruce decides that he wants to go down this content route of all content routes, people don't want to be around him. People simply do not trust him.
In Paris, Bruce was down, Silky was down. Rage was the nigga who wasn't down. Why was my boy Rage not down? Rage wasn't down because he felt like, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if I could trust this nigga.
Hey man, my mama always told me to trust my gut. Rage, it seems as though you was right. Now it's not just audiences or communities saying, yo, Bruce is being weird. It's other creators seeing the same exact pattern develop over and over and over and over again. And so when I was doing my research for this video, I quickly realized that the situation was bigger than your Rage and Yana. It was bigger than this specific story. It's about how Bruce deals with drama. And to be honest with you, he doesn't just deal with and respond to drama. He creates an environment in which drama can spiral out of control. He brings somebody that I believe is in DEO named Trey Living onto his platform, another streamer who is only there to exacerbate any issues that Bruce may have. Not just with the people that are in this situation that we're talking about. I'm talking about Bruce and Yana, but Trey Living starts to go off on Lacey and the Clover Boys and anybody and everybody.
Talib, a grown ass man, braiding his hair with a fucking minor. Like, come on, gang, you weird, bro. You a weirdo, gang. Like, and all the Clover Boys have allegations on their name. Why the fuck they don't never clip allegations? Like, I just don't like that nigga. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I give it 3 to 5 years max. He will announce that he gay. Nigga, let's talk about Lacey, nigga. How is he still relevant? How the fuck he still in content group when he was a grown ass man saying he want to touch little kids inappropriately? And I got nephews and shit, so I feel it. I want to swap with Lacey too. Dead homies, nigga. Niggas was at the Phase house fucking sketching his butt, having butt sex with Sketch, all type of shit, nigga. Release the Phase files. I'm 6-0, nigga.
If I've got to keep it consistent across the board, then I've got to keep it consistent across the board. I've been critical of people like Aiden Ross doing similar things, simply platforming these.
Fuck, dude, you just have beef with everybody, bro. Don't get me wrong. The Lacey stuff, valid. The Rakai stuff, I don't know. Rakai's low-key, he's young, but like, I'm not gonna give him that excuse. But still, I don't have a problem with Rakai. I just think he's like, fuck, he just needs some guidance, some help. The Phase shit, Phase file, like now you're just throwing out allegations about like fucking PDF file allegations on Lacey. I don't even hate Lacey for none of that. I didn't even know about none of that shit. I just feel like Lacey's a chud.
People who do these wild things, say these wild things, and then later on trying to hide their hand as if they played no parts in it. But no, you do have a responsibility for who you platform. Now, I know that they're gonna attack me in the comments for this statement, but just hear me out, I guess. This right here is where Bruce gets harder and harder and harder to defend. Because even if you think that he's funny, or even if you think that he has a point sometimes, the pattern is super duper hard to ignore. Let me spell it out for you. He says something reckless, other creators respond, other creators get involved, the situation gets bigger, the communities get involved, and then more people get platformed, more people get the chance to get their takes off, and more people get a chance to spin all these narratives.
DM chat. He said, not gonna lie, bro, I'm a chud. I don't even know why I know this, but I hate these motherfuckers. I got proof that David wasn't the only PDF that was hanging around all of them.
While Bruce was going through all this, a streamer named Brady Goo, I promise you, I have no clue who any of these people are, came to the platform and stated that he has proof that there's another streamer who is involved with children. And while doing this, the name Your Rage got dropped off. Mind you, no proof visible for anybody to consume. He say, she say, spun to the internet, and all because this situation has totally spiraled out of control from what should have been a quick and civil discourse.
If you're dropping PDF allegations, bro, you better come correct with those allegations. That's not some like slight shit to be thrown out there. That's heavy accusations, bro. People be playing with people's name. People be playing with people's lives, bro. You can't just be saying that shit, bro. Like, this is the problem with clip farm, bro. Y'all niggas want to get y'all clips off, so y'all just do anything, bro. Y'all can't be doing that. That shit is not warranted. So if you're gonna drop these allegations, you better drop them. You better not fucking flake out or some excuse or whatever, drop the files. We need to know.
About hanging out with streamers of a certain age and why it's bad or why it's not bad. It's no longer about casual joking. Now these are serious allegations that can be life altering. I don't think that these are things that you should just throw out there and avoid. These are reputation killers. And as I've even had to learn, once you become known as the person who is known to host a place and space for these things to manifest and thrive, ultimately people are going to start looking at you as being the weird one in the situation as well. We can't just say, oh, this was somebody else who did this, or this was somebody else who said this. No. Why did that person have a platform? Why did they have a mic? And why did they have the large audience that you gave them? Look, I don't think that anybody would be saying that Bruce is hard to defend because...
Okay. This basically just seemed like he was just talking about Bruce. And like, there's nothing followed up on that whole argument. We already gave our points on it, so I'm not gonna like go over it again. If you want to know what our takes on it, you can go watch last stream. I think we're gonna edit that video and post it on the channel, so y'all can just wait for that video to come out. But yeah, he's not here, but I'm gonna go ahead and just end the stream. Thank y'all for tuning in. I appreciate y'all. We back.